Our grandmothers had the audacious foresight to braid seeds into their hair before being forced into the bowels of transatlantic slave ships. They believed against odds that they would one day hand those seeds down to their descendants. If they could have the hope in the face of such terror to braid seeds for us, I ask myself, who am I then, no matter what terrible atrocity is happening, to give up on future generations? I think it's no secret that our current economic system is extractive and unsustainable, that it concentrates wealth in the hands of a few. Right now in this country, about 99% of the agricultural land is owned by one racial group, and that's white Americans. A lot of it's property, and a lot of it is traceable back to stolen land and exploited labor. And for so long, for so many generations, because the land was the scene of the crime, because of the trauma of chattel slavery and sharecropping and tenant farming and convict leasing, we've separated ourselves with layers of pavement, from the earth. But that reconnection is part of reclaiming culture and history and soul and belonging and possibility. When we think about revisioning an economic system, equity has to be at the forefront. And so there's a complete rethinking of the food system, redesigning of the food system that is needed if we're going to be able to take care of the earth and also take care of the people and the community that live upon the earth. The earth is thirsty for the footsteps of her children and the laughter of her children, and is ready to compost trauma into hope, is ready to call her children home, to give their lives back to them. In my heritage, the earth is quite literally kin and deity. Soulfire Farm is an Afro-Indigenous centered community farm that's dedicated to uprooting racism and seeding sovereignty in the food system. So our collective North Star as a network of Black liberation farms is to, at minimum, return the 16 million acres of land that was lost to the Black community in the 1900s, and to have that farmed using cultural regenerative practices. At Soulfire Farm, we work with thousands of aspiring farmers every year who come to the farm for our week-long courses and intensives. And we do our best to immerse them in Afro-Indigenous heritage practices. So when we do this work, we honor a brilliant Black agrarian legacy and carry it forward. There's something about the transformative power of earth and land and cultural safety that does like this to the world of young people who are able to experience the farm. And it's been unbelievably profound to see that type of transformation happen over and over and over again. We now have thousands of alumni from our fire immersion program, Farming in Relationship with Earth, and our alumni are forever part of the Soulfire community. And so one of the very important things that we do at Soulfire Farm and in the broader network of Black liberation farms is give folks an opportunity to fall back in love with land, with life, with community, with the possibility of change. Our job is to keep the seed alive, to pass on the seed.